Hello, welcome to Rachel Paints Poorly. My name is Rachel and I paint poorly. Today we're going to be making a vintage recipe. This one is from an 1854 edition of the Ladies' Almanac. In addition to recipes, the almanac contains monthly phases of the moon, poems, biographical sketches of notable women, and essays containing practical advice. The last page is of particular interest, with a poetical recipe for cake. If there's a lady in this learned land, upon her tea-board wishes something grand, let her take this advice. Here's a cake whose flavors past dispute, the most fastidious palate needs must suit. Try it, 'tis very nice. So we know from this first paragraph that this is a recipe for tea cake, and then we learn in the last paragraph that it is in fact a recipe for rout cakes, or root cakes. I've just been pronouncing it rout cake, so that's what I'm gonna say. Which were a popular kind of tea cake throughout the 18th and 19th centuries. Seeing as how everyone thought they were so scrumptious, I figured we could give it a go. And so without further ado, let's get started, shall we? We'll begin with the ingredients. Flour, butter, white sugar, milk, and yeast. A postscript at the end mentions the use of salt, but as the author of the poem dismisses the suggestion and adds that the recipe is good enough without it, I decided not to use it either. Now, the actual instructions are a bit vague. While the recipe spells out the weights and measurements of the ingredients, by the third stanza it's telling us to use, quote, part of the flour and milk and yeast mix well, end quote. 2 pounds of flour is 4.5 cups of flour total, so I used 2.5 with the milk and 2 teaspoons of yeast, which was another guesstimate on my part. While letting the mixture stand, quote, till it doth plainly tell, 'tis as the other light, end quote, I combined the wet ingredients. Before adding the butter, I nuked it. Originally, I tried letting it stand on the countertop until it softened, but it's gotten pretty chilly up here in Ohio in November, so it didn't work. Hence the resorting to using less than period correct softening methods. To the softened butter then, the eggs and sugar stir. Together nicely as you would prefer, pound cake on bridal night. The last, along with balance of your flour, to the first mixture you should gently pour, and let them once more stand. That the grand compound may become as light, the merest glance assure it is right, then put it in the pan. I wasn't entirely certain what sort of pan is being referred to here, so I cheated a bit and looked up what other rout cakes looked like. I also greased the pans, even though the recipe poem didn't say to do so. My batter seemed to be a bit runny and my little cakes started spreading more than I thought they would. However, only a few were touching, so it was fine. Quote, to rise your cakes fit for a courtier's table requires, I judge, as near as I am able, 5 hours or thereabout. Then you will have, or I'm no judge, I ween, as wholesome comfits as were ever seen, for levee or for rout, end quote. Levee apparently means to bake, so I put them in an oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. The ones on the bottom rack browned a little bit more than those on the top, but I got them off the pans all right. Let them cool for 10 minutes, and all that's left to do is give them a taste. Okay, so here we are, moment of truth. We are going to taste this. We got our classy tea right here that I whipped up extra special and fancy just for this occasion. And we are gonna just jump right in. How would they have eaten these? I have no idea. I mean, it's not bad. It's very bland. It's kind of like what I would imagine if you took creamy wheat and then put some sugar in it and formed it into a patty and then baked it in the oven would taste like. Not terrible. Maybe if you put like some cream, like some heavy whipping cream, turn that into whipped cream, and then maybe some jelly or a fruit or preserves or something, that would be good. Almost like a little shortcake. But not bad. I can't really tell what the yeast did. I don't know if this is springy or not. Not bad. I'm not gonna spit this out, not like last time. Maybe add like some lemon zest or orange zest to this. That'd be good. It's just very basic. There's nothing special about it. It's just, it needs to be the base for something that gives it a little bit more zing and pep, if you will. It's not making me sick. Overall, it wasn't bad. I'm gonna eat the rest of them, not right now, but I will eat the rest of them. And I think overall, not bad. Not bad at all for being over 150 years old. I'm pleased. To the anonymous writer who wrote this, good job. We had a nice time. Maybe I'll try some more recipes that are in the book. Why not, right? How bad could it be? Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.